What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Los Angeles Lakers, who just got swept in the conference finals by the Denver Nuggets. I know I've already done a realistic rebuild of the Lakers before. I did it at the trade deadline when they made that big move to get rid of Russell Westbrook. But now that they got swept, man, I figure it's a good time to come back and revisit this thing, because clearly this team needs a lot of help as they try to remain competitive while they still got LeBron James, 37 years old. His window's closing, man, but we're going to try to get him another ring, maybe a few of them if we're lucky here. The goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, man. We just hit 1,000 subs on this channel. The road to 2K has officially begun, so if you guys could help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. But anyways, man, without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
Like I said, man, I was not planning on doing another Lakers rebuild, but I didn't think it was going to end this way, man. Not like this. Getting swept by the Denver Nuggets is, it's pretty bad, man. So we definitely got a lot of work to do here, but I'm excited to get into this thing. Let's take a look at the rotation, man. At the 1, we got D'Angelo Russell, who actually did get benched in Game 4 against the Nuggets. Yeah, super unfortunate. I thought he was actually really nice in that Warriors series, but against the Nuggets, man, he just couldn't score, and when he's not able to do that, I mean, there's not much else that he's doing. Like, he's definitely not defending. As we take a look at his stats here, this season it was 20 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, shot above league average from deep. Like, the season as a whole, man, I think it was a step in the right direction for D'Angelo Russell, but yeah, man, he just didn't perform in the playoffs. And as we take a look at his contract, man, it's an expiring deal. He's going to be a free agent this offseason. I definitely don't want to pay him anything close to that $31 million price tag. If he's taking a pay cut, then I might bring him back, but if not, we're probably going to look for another point guard, and that might just be the best move, man, because like I said, bro wasn't even starting in this last game, so that kind of lets you know how the Lakers feel about him right now. At the 2, we got Austin Reeves, and we know how the Lakers feel about this guy. They love him, man. Now, he's on an expiring deal. I'm pretty sure we can bring him back on a qualifying offer this offseason, so he's going to be a restricted free agent. If some other team wants to give him an offer, then we're going to have to match that. There's been some reports that he might get upwards of $50 million spread across 4 seasons. I'm not going to be able to bring him back if that's the case, man. We don't have a whole lot of money here, but I'm going to try my best because Austin Reeves is definitely somebody who I want to bring back. Obviously, the 3-point shooting is invaluable, man. 40% from deep this season. We round up around here. 13 points. I mean, this guy went undrafted and really has carved out a significant role with the Lakers, so shout out to him. But like I said, man, other teams have taken notice, so hopefully the price tag isn't too high this offseason. At the 3, we got LeBron James. I mean, what needs to be said? He's 38 years old. Definitely reaching the back end of his career. Averaged 29 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists this season. He shot the ball efficiently, 50% from the floor, but yeah, not too well from deep, below league average for the first time in the past 3 seasons. He's definitely starting to regress, man. I mean, Game 4 was the exception. That man went crazy, but for the most part, man, you can tell he doesn't really try as hard in the first half. He likes to save his legs, and if he does go hard in the first half, you can tell by the 4th quarter that he doesn't have his legs. So Father Time is definitely catching up with Bron, man. As we take a look at his contract here, he's got 2 more years on it, man. 47 M's next season just about, and then 50 M's the year after that. Yeah, man, it's going to be tough to build a team around him because we got a lot of money tied up to him. But as long as he's on the team, best believe we're going to try to win a championship. Then at the 4, we got Jared Vanderbilt, who I do like a decent amount. I mean, he definitely had his moments in the playoffs. Guarding Steph Curry was definitely a big one. I mean, he showed just how impactful he can be on the defensive side of the ball. But the guy just can't shoot, man. I mean, 32% from deep this season, which is actually a career high from him. And honestly, man, he was such a liability on offense that a lot of times he just wasn't on the floor, especially when the Lakers were trying to play from behind. They just would much rather have like Rui Hachimura out on the court, who was actually shooting that thing really well from deep this playoffs. So yeah, man, I think there's definitely still some value here in V8. I call him V8 because he used to be number 8 with the Timberwolves. He's number 2 here, but it's such a cool nickname. I'm going to keep calling him that. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely still some value here. And really the most important thing is he's not even making 5 M's next season. So regardless of how I feel about him, he's on a budget deal, and we love budget deals around here. So he's definitely going to be here next season. Will he be a starter? I'm not sure. That's really the question. I guess we'll just have to find out this offseason. Maybe we can find something better. I got someone in mind, but we'll talk about that later. Then at the 5, we got Anthony Davis, and I was saying we got a lot of money tied up to LeBron. Well, we got a lot of money tied up to Anthony Davis as well, man. A little bit over 40.5 M's next season, and then he's got a player option the year after that for 43. So it's going to be so tough to build a team around LeBron and AD because, yeah, that's just a lot of money, bro. It's like 90 plus M, so it's going to be difficult. And I think what makes it even more tough is that by now, a lot of people expected that this would be Anthony Davis's team, and he definitely had his moments in the playoffs, like that Warriors series. I think there were times times where he was really aggressive and the best player on the floor, you could even say. Game 1 is a good example of that, but it's the consistency, man. There's just some nights where he's not that guy. And at LeBron's age, man, Anthony Davis has to be that guy on this team. That's when they're at their best, is when AD is leading the way. Off the bench, we got Mo Bamba. Now, this was another trade deadline addition. You know, they got D'Angelo Russell, they got Jared Vanderbilt, they got Mo Bamba. This was a separate trade from those two. But anyways, man, I had like some cautious optimism. I thought maybe he could have a role here on this team. He wasn't able to stay healthy, and even when he was getting some DNP coaching decisions. So Mo's got a team option for next season, a little bit over 10 M's. I'm not going to accept that, man. And that's even with him being from Texas, man. I graduated from Texas, but I can't do it, my boy. We're definitely going to decline that. Maybe we'll bring him back for less money, but that's just too big of a price tag for a player who really wasn't a part of our rotation throughout the postseason. So then we also got Dennis Schroeder, just a solid backup point guard, even got some starting minutes for them. I thought he handled that fairly well. He's 29 years old, 77 overall, and he'll be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. If he's asking for a little bit over the veteran minimum, then I'll definitely bring him back. If not, man, that's going to be tough because, again, we are tight on money. Then we also got Lonnie Walker, and he's one of the more interesting cases. He's an unrestricted free agent as well. I'm not sure what he's going to ask for. I'm afraid it's going to reach double digits, which is tough because I do want to bring him back. I think he started like 30 plus games, something like that, 31 maybe. And the stats look good, man. 12 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, shot above league average from deep. But he fell out of the rotation, especially after the trade deadline when they brought in all those pieces. And I kind of thought that was just going to be it with Lonnie Walker, man. But he really bounced back in the playoffs, ended up carving out a role, had a really big game against the Golden State Warriors. I think it was game 3 maybe. Maybe it was 4, I'm not sure. But that fourth quarter when he went crazy, yeah, man, he just provides some shot creation. He's definitely a confident shooter, especially from deep, which the Lakers need. So yeah, man, I would love to bring him back. It's just going to depend on that price tag. Kind of the same with a lot of these guys. I don't have a lot of money, man. So if you're willing to come back on a deal, then I'm willing to bring it back, that's for sure. Then we got Rui Hachimura, and speaking of a confident shooter, man, he was knocking them things down from deep during the playoffs, 50%. I'm not sure if these are the real stats. 2K did update start today mode now, so maybe it is, I don't know. But either way though, if you watch the games, you know he was knocking them things down, one of the most consistent shooters from deep, and like I said, at times was getting minutes over Jared Vanderbilt. So I definitely like me some Rui Hachimura, but similar to everybody else on this team, he is an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Everybody is pretty much, man. I know I'm sounding repetitive, but I'm gonna have to just see what that price tag is looking like. Hopefully it's nothing over like 8 or 9 M's, but he definitely boosted his stock this playoff, so who knows, maybe a team wants to throw a bag at him. One guy who didn't boost his stock though would be Malik Beasley. He's got a team option for 16.5 M's. That's gonna be the quickest decline of all time, bro. Can't do it, my boy. Like, these stats are misleading, man. This is mostly from his Jazz days, but once he got traded, in addition to Jared Vanderbilt to the Lakers, man, pretty much fell out of the rotation because he just wasn't knocking down shots, and that's obviously a big part of his game. So there's no chance I'm bringing him back for 16 M's. Malik Beasley, I'm sorry, man, but your time in LA is up, that's for sure. Then we got a few guys who are outside the rotation. Let's go ahead and just speed run this. Wenyen Gabriel, 26 years old, showed some flashes, but really it was just out of necessity. The Lakers don't really have a lot of front court depth, so he got some play, but he's another unrestricted free agent, man. I might bring him back, but either way, I don't think he's going to progress too much, so he's not really a part of our plans. And I know Tristan Thompson isn't going to progress. He's already a 73 overall, 32 years old, unrestricted free agent. I mean, at this point, his biggest contribution is that he's the reason why Kim Kardashian comes to the games. Like, that's the only thing that Tristan Thompson is bringing to the Lakers right now. So we're definitely not going to bring him back, but Kim K, if you want to come back, that's definitely cool. Then we got Max Christie, who I know is like a Lakers cult favorite. He's 20 years old, some fancy a resemblance to Kobe Bryant, just physically, you know, just looks wise, not in terms of how he plays. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, he's a second round pick, 71 overall, and I don't think he's going to progress too much here in 2K. His ceiling isn't too high, I wouldn't imagine. So I think he's cool, but he probably won't be a part of our future plans. And then we got 2 more guys here. Troy Brown Jr. actually had a little bit of a role before the trade deadline because the Lakers were very desperate for players. And I mean, he was knocking that thing down, 38% from deep. We'll definitely take that. He's 23 years old, a former first round pick in 2018. I just don't think he's going to progress much, man. He's a 73 overall. So while I do think he's solid, I don't think he's going to crack our rotation. And then our last guy here is Shaquille Harrison. He's an undrafted guy, 29 years old, 69 overall. Not a whole lot to say here. He won't crack our rotation. But yeah, man, that's a look at the team. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-year game plan, starting off with our first season. For season number 1, man, I just want to get deeper. You know, there's a lot of rumors that the Lakers might go after another star. Kyrie Irving is the big one. I can't do it, bro. The whole reason why the Lakers were in such a tough spot last season is because they wanted the name chase, getting Russell Westbrook. He obviously wasn't a good fit, but they were name chasing, and they ended up just being super top heavy, man. They didn't have enough money to sign anybody else, and they just had no depth whatsoever. I want to keep going in that direction, man. I want to make this team deeper, especially because when it comes to our top players, LeBron James, for example, he's going to be regressing, man. So we definitely need to get him a better supporting cast rather than just getting him another star and having a bunch of veteran minimum guys on the roster. So that's the game plan for season number 1. Just find some more depth. Maybe we'll even find a replacement for D'Angelo Russell. I'm not too sure, but we have to be really smart with our money this offseason. That's definitely true. For season number 2, man, it's really simple. Just buy if necessary. You know, if I feel like we're knocking on the door of trying to get a championship, then I'm definitely willing to buy. You know, I said it before, as long as LeBron James is on this team, we're going to be trying to win a title. And then for season number 3, man, it's just assess our future, honestly. You know, if we win a championship in those first 2 seasons, LeBron is trying to retire, then it's really going to be time to look towards the future. Maybe we move on from Anthony Davis and really try to get this rebuild started. I'm not sure. But if we haven't won a championship by then best believe we're going to try to finish that thing off in year 3, because it's only going to get tougher as these guys get older. So that's a look at the 3-year game plan, man. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. We're going to go ahead and simulate these playoffs. It's going to be the Nuggets and the the Celtics came back from down 3-0. First time in NBA history that's happened. That's pretty crazy, and they end up winning it all. Wow, Jaylen Brown finals MVP. 2K is a wild game, man. So I normally don't show player retirements, but this is a really good sign. LeBron James is not trying to retire. Now, for those that don't know, if he was trying to retire, I can override it once. I can tell him he's got to come back. But if he tries to retire a second time, I can't veto it. So the fact that he's here right now means we're going to get him this season, and we're for sure at least going to get him next season as well, which is a beautiful sight. That's all we need to win a championship. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the draft lottery here, as we should be like right outside the lottery. Yeah, we got the 17th pick, man. That looks pretty good to me, man. We had a pick swap with the Pelicans as a part of that Anthony Davis trade, where we got the worst end of the pick swap. So they get 14, we get 17. I'm definitely not mad at it. Let's go to the draft. So here we are at the draft, man. Let's go ahead and sim to our pick, which I think is what, 17? Yeah, 17. Okay. Who's going to be on the board? Let's go ahead and find out, as we see Gregory Jackson Jr., Anthony Black. I think that one's a little bit unrealistic. I don't want to draft anybody who won't be there on the board for the Lakers in real life. Obviously, we don't know that for sure, but I think it's pretty safe to say that Anthony Black will not be. I think a realistic one, though, would be Keontae George. Now, he's somebody who's probably going to go in like the 14 to 15 range, so falling to 17, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. And also, I think it'd be a great fit, man, because one, I'm not too sure what my backcourt's going to look like. I don't know if I want to bring back D'Angelo Russell just yet. And then I also don't know if a team's going to throw Austin Reeves a bag this offseason. Maybe I can't match it, and now I need some guard depth, you know what I mean? So Keontae George fills an immediate need. And also, man, I think it's a good fit in terms of play style. Like, the Lakers definitely need some more shot creation. Keontae George is one of the best scorers in the draft. So I think this is a good pick, man. It's a realistic one. Keontae George, welcome to the Lake Show. And I normally don't care about my second round picks, but Amari Bailey did really good in the most recent NBA Combine. He's starting to sneak into that first round pick consideration. So to have him here sitting in the second round, I'll definitely take that with the 48th pick. Now we're here at team/player options, and I'm not going to lie, man, I'm declining all of these. Mo Bamba, 10 mil. Can't do it, my boy. Malik Beasley, 16.5. Definitely can't do it, my boy. I'm also not going to accept the option on Scottie Pippen Jr. or Cole Swindler. I know a lot of people like Scottie Pippen Jr., but at the end of the day, he's a 68 overall, bro. So I don't think he'll carve out a role on the team, and we also just brought in Amari Bailey. So that's an extra spot that we don't have on the roster anymore. I'm all about saving my money this offseason, man. So unfortunately, you guys got to go. It is what it is. And yeah, man, we definitely have to save money because Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves are restricted free agents. If any team gives them an offer, I'm going to have to match it. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but I have a feeling it will. Let's move over to free agency. And taking a look at free agency, man, I know this is who Lakers fans want me to get. Kyrie Irving. Yeah, he's a 5-star match, and I totally get it, man. Obviously played with LeBron James, won a championship with him. But to me, the big reason why this franchise got in such a tough spot is because they were name chasing. They went and got Russell Westbrook. He's obviously a completely different player from Kyrie Irving, but it's the same situation financially. I just want to have a nice deep rotation. So let's go ahead and try to do that, man. And we are able to bring back D'Lo, but man, 28 M's just about. I can't do it, man, especially when there's Fred VanVleet right here. He's making 19.5 M's. He has championship experience. I think he's a better floor general, and that money that we're saving can actually get us another player. So I think, to me, Fred VanVleet is a better option. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can get him, man. What kind of offers does he have? That 66 M's over 4 years. How much money is that, man? I'm pulling out my calculator. That's like 16.5. I mean, it makes sense. He did have a down year. I'll give him that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that here. Yeah, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Didn't shoot above league average from deep. He's 29 years old, 2 years older than D'Lo. But yeah, man, again, it's the money that we can save. So let's go ahead and try to snag Fred VanVleet, man. We're going to go ahead and do, I don't know, man, like probably 15.99 would be ideal. Let's go ahead and do it like that. And we'll even make it like a 2-year deal, I guess. Can I save just a little bit more money here? Let's go ahead and see. Is that better than the Raptors? We're going to find out. And it is. Okay, cool. That's great. And I think I might want to try to bring in Kyle Kuzma as well, man. I think he's a big market type of guy, which I know is rich coming from me because I just did a Detroit Pistons rebuild. Spoiler alert, I got Kyle Kuzma. I made an exception there because he's from Flint, Michigan. I think that's the only exception he would make. But for the most part, man, I think he's a big market type of guy. He obviously began his career in LA, and there's been a lot of rumors and reports that he might want to go back. So we're going to try to make this thing happen, man. His top offer is 50 M's over 3 years from the Sacramento Kings. That's let me see, I'm pulling out the calculator. That's also 16 M's. So we're gonna try to match that, man. I don't know if we're gonna have the money for it. We're probably gonna end up losing a guy like Rui Hachimura, which is totally fine because Kyle Kuzma would replace his production. So let's go ahead and try this thing out, man. We're gonna do a 2-year, I guess, 18 or not 17.99. Yeah, I think that's about right. Maybe a little bit less. Let's go ahead and see if that's going to be his top offer. And it is. Okay, great. And this is tough, bro. We only have enough money for one of these guys. I guess it's going to be Fred VanVleet. We'll bring back Rui Hachimura. It's not the worst thing. Yeah, bro. That's tough. I really wanted to bring back Kuzma, but it is what it is. Now that D'Lo's gone, we definitely need Freddie. And it looks like the Grizzlies actually offered Austin Reeves a contract, 3 years, about 40 M's. That's a good amount of money, man, but honestly, we can't afford to let him go, so we're definitely going to match that. So taking a look at player progression, honestly, not too bad. LeBron James down 1 to a 96. I mean, he's 38 years old, so we'll definitely take that. Anthony Davis stays put. I'm cool with that as well. Fred VanVleet went up 1 to an 84, which is really nice because he's pushing 30, man, so I'm definitely cool with that. Jared Vanderbilt up 1. Lonnie Walker up 2 to a 78. We like to see that as well. Yeah, man, I mean, there's not a whole lot of green arrows, but there's also not that many red arrows, so I'm pretty good with this. Let's go ahead and move on to season number 1 and see if we can win a title. So this is the rotation for year number 1. We got Fred VanVleet, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis. Off the bench, we got Lonnie Walker to 4th. We got Mo Bamba, Dennis Schroeder, Bruce Brown, and Rui Hachimura. We're not even finding minutes for Jay Crowder, who we did sign in free agency using our mid-level exception. Same for Bruce Brown. We got him for a steal as well. And then we also aren't finding minutes for Keontae George just yet. That'll probably be next season. But yeah, man, I feel like this is a pretty good team. I'm probably going to sim to the trade deadline and just see how we're doing. And then if we need to make some moves, we probably will after that. But let's get into it, man. We're going to sim this regular season and just see how it plays out. So I said we stop at the trade deadline, but we didn't need to. We went 60 and 22 this season, man. I feel really good about that. Nikola Jokic got MVP. Let's go ahead and see. Do we get anything else here? We got Ben Simmons, 6th man of the year. That's pretty interesting. But anyways, let's keep this thing moving here. Darvin Ham, coach of the year. Shout out to him. There's been a few people saying that maybe he should get fired. He's only a year into it, so I'm definitely going to let this season slide. But yeah, we got to win it all this year. So we didn't get any sort of awards, which is a bit surprising. No like all defensive team for AD, no all NBA team for LeBron James. Oh well. We are the top team in the Western Conference. Are we the top team in the league? I would imagine so, right? 60 and 22. Yeah, we are. Not by a whole lot. The Hawks are 56 and 26, of course, because 2K just loves the Hawks, man. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. LeBron James led the way, 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. We round up around here. How'd he shoot from deep? Oh, yeah. Above league average, man. We like it. Fred VanVleet as well. Lonnie Walker to 4th, man. 43%. And he was doing his thing off the bench. 13 points. We love to see it. Really carrying that momentum from last year's playoffs. That's really nice to see. Austin Reeves didn't do a whole lot. I mean, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. That's actually pretty disappointing, man. I mean, he's still shooting well from deep. So, like, I guess there's that. But considering we just paid, bro, I don't know how much money that is. It's like, what, about 13 M's? I mean, I want a little bit more than that, bro. But either way, let's go ahead and, I mean, Jared Vanderbilt isn't doing much either. I mean, defensively, I guess it's not showing up on the stat sheet. But anyways, man, we're the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, so I guess I can't complain too much. We're going up against the Sacramento Kings, though. That's a really tough first round matchup. They got De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Jonathan Isaac now, 2K Sim God for those who don't know. They also got Keegan Murray and Domantas Sabonis. All right, let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. As we take game 1, okay. We take game 2, yes, sir. 2-1, okay, not 2-2, bro, please. Come on, man. Let's not do this, bro. Let's not do this in the first round, man. We're going to make this a 9-man rotation, and I got some work to do here. They're going to take away minutes from Bruce Brown, Rui Hachimura. They want to give them to Jay Crowder. I don't know about that, bro. I need to look around for a bit, man. I definitely need to look around and mess around with all of this. So let me go ahead and do that. Like, I need some more minutes for Fred VanVleet for sure. Need some more minutes for LeBron and AD. Yeah, man, I think that's pretty much how I would do it. Maybe a little bit less here so I can get some more for Austin Reeves, even though he didn't do too much in the regular season. What are you doing in the playoffs, bro? He's shooting 30% from deep, man. That's brutal. Okay, yeah, I don't feel too good about that. But either way, we're here, man. Let's try to get out of this thing as we win that game. Okay, and there we go. We got out of it. Alrighty, man. That gave me a little bit of a scare because, man, our window is closing, man. Like, for every year that we lose, it's just going to get harder and harder to win a championship with this team because LeBron James is getting older. We have to win now, man. But anyways, we're going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. They got CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas. It's the same team, man. So let's go ahead and get into this thing here as we take game 1. Okay, we take game 2. Okay, it's 2-1, not 2-2. There we go. We don't blow these things, man. Yes, sir. Gentlemen sweep. And now we're going up against the Memphis Grizzlies, the number 3 seed. All right. So they got John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jayshawn Tate now in the mix. They said they weren't going to bring back Dylan Brooks under any circumstances. I guess they weren't lying. But they also got Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ivica Zubac now in the mix instead of Steven Adams. That's interesting. All right, man, let's get into this thing as we lose game 1. Okay, we bounce right back. 2-1. Yes, sir. 3-1. Okay. Come on, man. No game 7, please. There we go, man. The Lakers are in the finals. You love to see it. And we're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who actually beat the Atlanta Hawks in the conference finals. That's interesting. I mean, either way, this is going to be a really tough series, man. They got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Yeah, bro. That's a good team. But let's see if we're better, man, as we win game 1. Okay, we win game 2. Okay, oh man, come on now. Okay, I was about to go crazy there, but there we go. LA, man, we have done it. The Lakers have won a championship in our first season of the rebuild, and LeBron James, finals MVP, 35 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, shot 45% from deep, man. That is vintage LeBron James. You love to see it. Mission accomplished. And like I said, I was a little bit stressed for this year because it's going to get harder and harder to win a championship, but we've already done it. So we got 2 more years. Let's just try to see how many rings we can win during that time, man. And it's a good thing that we won because LeBron James is trying to retire. I'm going to veto it. That means that it'll be good this season, and then next year for year number 3, he's probably going to retire and I won't be able to overturn it. So this might be the last year of LeBron James, man. I don't blame him. He just won a championship, so he wanted to walk off into the sunset. I'm not going to let that happen, bro. We're trying to get another ring here, so let's get back into it. So our pick is going to the New Orleans Pelicans as a part of that Anthony Davis trade. It's definitely worth it, man, because we just won another title, so let's go ahead and skip the draft. So Anthony Davis declined his player option. Man, I'm really hoping it's not going to be more than 43 M's. We're going to bring him back either way, but like, it's going to hurt. I'm not going to lie. $48 million, bro. And yeah, he's got some teams who are willing to pay it if I'm not. So, yeah, we got to pay Anthony Davis here. Luckily, he's willing to give us a little bit of a championship discount here. You know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and try to knock this thing down. I guess to like 39.5 is probably the best. Actually, no, never mind, bro. He's getting an offer from the Bulls. We're going to make this just a flat 40. Is that enough to get this deal done here? It's not. Yikes. Okay. So he is getting a bigger offer here. I guess we're just going to try to match that, right? Like, how much money is that? 191 M's divided by 4. I'm pulling out my my phone here. That's about $47 million, bro. Yikes. That's pretty brutal. So I got to go over here and do the little cheat code thing. So got to come over here because I can't give him another offer on the same day. So go and sort it through all players. Where's Anthony Davis? There he is. Okay. So now we can give him another offer, and I guess it's going to be a lot of money, bro. Yikes, man. I mean, like, what is it going to have to be, bro? Is it going to have to be like 43 M, something like that? That's really going to mess up this this roster because this is so much money. We're going to do like 44, bro. I guess is the best that I can do. Please tell me we're your top offer, AD, and we are. Okay, cool. Luckily, Jared Vanderbilt was only asking for about $12 million per year because, yeah, man, this cost me a pretty penny to keep Anthony Davis. But again, It's Anthony Davis, so we got to do it. So I'm here, player progression, man, and we got some more red arrows. LeBron James down 2 to a 94. Anthony Davis down 1 to a 93. Fred VanVleet down 1 to an 83. That's to be expected, man. They're all in their 30s, so it is what it is. Austin Reeves went up 1 to an 82. I need some more out of you, Austin, because he didn't do a whole lot in the playoffs last season, so hopefully we can get some more out of him. Keontae George up 3 to a 78, man. I mean, he might take Austin Reeves' starting spot. Probably not this season, but the year after that. Who knows? And then we also got Mo Bamba up 1 to a 77. Yeah, man, we got some more green arrows. Max Christie, Amari Bailey, just a little something. I feel pretty good, man. I still feel like this team is good enough to win a championship. Let's head into season number 2 and try to make it happen. So I was looking around for another trade, man, and I really couldn't find anything that made sense. I'll probably stop at the trade deadline like I did last season, see if I need to make a move, and if not, then we'll keep going. I mean, it worked out last time. We won a championship, so that's probably the game plan, man. But for right now, I think we're good with this rotation for season number 2. We got Fred VanVleet, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis. That's the starting lineup. Then we also got Lonnie Walker the fourth. We got Keontae George now getting minutes. We also got Dennis Schroeder. We got Rui Hachimura, and we got Mo Bamba. That's a 10-man rotation. I feel like if I were to make a big move, it would be trading Jared Vanderbilt for a better power forward. Like I thought about maybe Jeremy Grant, but he's 30 years old and Jared Vanderbilt is 25. So like, do I really want to get that much older for a team that's already won our championship? So like, maybe it's just better to keep the younger guy. I'm not sure, but we'll go ahead and just see how this year plays out, man. Let's go ahead and sim this regular season and just see what it's looking like. So we drove right past the trade deadline once again, man, because we went 57 and 25. Another really good season. Darius Garland MVP, Isaiah Collier Rookie of the Year. Let's go ahead and see. Do we have anything that concerns us? JB Bickerstaff, that is the Cleveland Cavaliers, bro. 68 and 14. Maybe had I known that they were that good, I might have done a move. But oh well. LeBron James, All-NBA third team. He didn't make an All-NBA team last season, so that's nice to see him back in there. Also Anthony Davis didn't get an All-Defensive team. He got on the first team this time around, so that's nice. Yeah, man, I still think we're in a good spot, but if we match up against the Cavs, then that's tough. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings here really quickly. 57 and 25, like I said, which is good for the third best record in the league. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats now, just for those who are concerned. LeBron James, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Still playing well, man, at the age of 40. Probably his last season. Yeah, man, that's I'm not sure what we're gonna do next season, quite honestly. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But hey, Keontae George though, that's really nice. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Yeah, man, he's playing pretty well, shooting league average from deep, which I guess isn't too bad. Lonnie Walker still doing his thing as well. Yeah, bro, I feel like we got another chance to win a championship here. We're going up against the Utah Jazz in the first round. They got James Harden and Paul George. That's a pretty crazy duo. And they also got Lauri Markkanen, Jarris Walker, and Walker Kessler. That's a really scary team, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They take game 1. They're probably gonna take game 2, right? Yeah, I figured, bro. We might be in some trouble. We're gonna make this a 9-man rotation and try to make this thing work. Keontae George is I was gonna say he's hooping, but never mind. He's shooting that thing horrendously. Because I was thinking maybe I'll start him over Austin Reeves, man. But nah, Austin Reeves is shooting that thing really well from deep, so we'll keep him as a starter for right now. Let's go ahead and mess around with this just a little bit here. Like, I don't need you guys getting that many minutes. I like y'all, but I don't like y'all like that. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and mess around with this just a little bit. I need some more minutes here and there. Yep, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That looks good to me. Yeah, bro. I think that's about it. Actually, can I get just a little bit more for Jared Vanderbilt as well? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, man, let's try this thing out. I don't have high hopes here as we win that game. Okay, down 3-1. That's tough. Okay, we're still in this thing. Let's go Simcast, man. Can we win 2 games against the Utah Jazz? This one's on the road, but if we win, we come back to LA, man. And it looks like we're going to do that unless we blow this. No, we won't. Okay, cool. So we win that game. Let's go ahead and get straight to game 7, man. Are we going to be able to advance? Because I think we were down 3-1, right? I'm pretty sure we were, but we're in a pretty good spot right now, man. It's a little bit back and forth, but I think we're gonna do it. Yes, sir, man. That was a lot closer than it needed to be, but we came back from down 3-1, and now we're advancing to go up against the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. They got Luka Doncic, Jaden Hardy, Grady Dick, or I guess Greg Dickey here in 2K. They also have Kyle Anderson and Christian Wood. Alrighty, man, let's go ahead and get into this thing here as we win game 1. Okay, it's tied 1-1. We're up 2-1 now. Let's go up 3-1. There we go. Gentleman sweep here. Yes, sir. All right, man. We're going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. They got Cason Wallace, who is called Carson Wallace here. They also got Dyson Daniels, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Cody Zeller at the 5. Anthony Davis, bro, if you do not dominate this series, I will be disappointed in you. Let's get into this thing, man. Okay, so we win that game. It's also your former team, bro. Like, you should be dominating this, and we clean sweep them. Okay, we're back in the finals, man. LeBron James, 40 years old. Can he beat the Cavaliers once again? We smoked them last season, but they're a lot better, and we're older. So this should be interesting here. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Same team here. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, man, as we win game 1. Okay, we lose game 2. We're up 2-1 now. 2-2, bro. Come on, go up 3-2. Yes, sir. Are we going to close this thing out? No, we're not. Tough, man. All right, let's go ahead and adjust the minutes some more here. I need even less minutes for Mo Bamba, Dennis Schroeder. What else can I do here? Just a little bit less for these guys. Yeah, man, I got to bump this up just a little bit. So, LeBron, I know you're old, bro, but 42 minutes. Do you have it in you, Bron, to win another championship? Let's see if you can do it, man. This is a legacy game right here. This would be so big for his legacy, and we're on top right now, and it looks like we're gonna do it, man. We almost blew it there, but the Los Angeles Lakers have won another title, man. Wow, 2 years, 2 titles. LeBron James Finals MVP once again. That's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this is going a lot better than I thought it would. Let's head into season number 3 though, where I think we're gonna lose Bron. The debate is over, bro. LeBron James is the GOAT. He says he's not gonna retire. He just won back-to-back championships, man. Why would he? He wants to come back for another year. That's insane, bro. Like, Steph Curry is retiring. Yeah, man. LeBron James says, I'm back at it. Honestly, I don't think I've seen that. If I have that, I can't remember. But a lot of times when a player says he's going to retire, you veto it 1 year, and then the next year he definitely will retire, and there's nothing you can do about it. But hey, we won another championship, so he's saying, I'm coming right back. I love it, man. That's what I'm talking about. And we also have our own pick in the draft, 30th overall. I might trade it to try to help us win right now, but at the same time, like, we got to start thinking about our future pretty soon. So I probably will just make a pick. Let's go ahead and see what's out there. I'm not going to act like I know who any of these guys are, but Nate Sasser, he's 19 years old, a 6'5" small forward, power forward. Apparently his ceiling is an all-star. Glenn Rice. He was supposed to go with like pretty much lottery, bro. So if he's here at pick number 30, I think we got to go with it. Let's go ahead and add him to the team. So LeBron has declined his player option. I don't know how much money he's going to ask for, but I'd imagine it'd just be a 1-year deal, right? Probably. I don't really know. We're going to find out here in a second. $50 million, bro. Are you kidding me, Bron? Like, okay, there we go. I was going to say, man, you couldn't give us like a little team-friendly deal, bro. We're trying to build a championship team around you. So, yeah, work with me, man. If you can knock this thing down, then we might be able to get some more pieces and try to get a 3-peat, man, which would be absolute insanity. So we're going to go ahead and, wow, we're knocking this thing down a pretty good amount here. It's really not budging that much. Yeah, this is really nice. I think we can get a good deal here. 21.99, man. That sounds pretty good to me. Does it sound good to you, Bron? Yes, it does. And we also got to bring back Fred VanVleet. Can't forget about him. Let's go ahead and knock this thing down, man. Yeah, I really think this was a good fit. Bringing in Fred VanVleet, like I said, that championship experience, I think makes a world of a difference compared to D'Angelo Russell. And yeah, Freddie's won another 2 titles here in LA, so this has been working out well for him. Can you give us a good deal, man, as a little thank you for bringing you over here? Let's go ahead and do 12.99. There we go. Okay, cool. And everybody else is pretty much coming back on team-friendly deals, man. We're not going to bring back Bruce Brown, but I am going to bring back Dante DiVincenzo instead. He's a slightly higher overall, and he's also not asking for as much money because we got to save some money here. So I think I'm cool with that, man. Let's go ahead and move on to player progression now. So taking a look at player progression, we got some more red arrows for our top guys. Anthony Davis down 1 to a 92. LeBron James down 2 to a 92. And then Fred VanVleet down 1 to an 82. I mean, that makes sense. They're getting older, so it is what it is. But other than that, we got some green arrows, man. Keontae George up 3 to an 81. He's going to start over Austin Reeves at this point. Like, I really just have not been impressed by Reeves at all since we paid him, essentially. I mean, he's shooting the ball pretty well, but like, it's nothing too crazy, man. I think Keontae George is ready. I mean, he's averaging more points right now off the bench, so we're going to definitely give him that starting shooting guard spot. Also, we got Dante DiVincenzo going up 1, Dennis Schroeder surprisingly still, and Max Christie surprisingly is up 3 to a 78. It might be his time to get some minutes as well, so that's really cool. But yeah, man, let's move on to our final season where we're going to try to repeat. And actually, man, it's all going to come full circle. I'm going to try to get Kyle Kuzma here for our last year. I wanted to get him at the start of this video, wasn't able to do it, so we're going to try this right now. Jared Vanderbilt and Mo Bamba, the money matches up, and I think the Pacers would take it because Jared Vanderbilt is 26 years old, a little bit younger than Kyle Kuzma, and I think he'd be a good fit there because they could easily just make Taylor Hendricks a small forward. I think this works out, man. We'll probably just move LeBron to the 4, have Kyle Kuzma at the 3. Do we really need to do this trade? Maybe not, but it's a higher overall, and I really want to make that push to get a 3-peat, man, because that would be pretty crazy for LeBron's legacy. So we're going to try to pull this thing off, man. Will they say yes to this deal straight up? Yes, they will. Kyle Kuzma, welcome back to the Lakers. And now we just need a backup center. Ideally, I'd want one who can space the floor, but I really couldn't find anything. So we're just going to get Andre Drummond in free agency, man. That's a done deal. And I think that's all there is to it, man. Fred VanVleet, Keontae George, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Off the bench, you got Austin Reeves, you got Dante DiVincenzo, Rui Hachimura, Dennis Schroeder, and Andre Drummond. I think it's a good enough team to win another championship, man. We made some moves, and I feel pretty good about them. So let's go ahead and just sim this regular season and see what it's looking like. So we went 52-30, another pretty good season, man. Victor Wembanyama MVP. I don't think any of this will concern us here, so let's go ahead and just move on right past it. We got Michael Stauffer, who actually works for 2K. I don't know, he does something with like the rating, something like that. I don't know, but he put himself into the game as like the perfect coach, A+ everything, and I guess the Spurs hired him, so they went 60-22. That's great. Alrighty, but let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. Do we have anything here? We got Anthony Davis, man, All-NBA second team. That's pretty good to see, especially at his age. I mean, yeah, 33 years old, all defensive second team as well. That's a really encouraging sight. Let's go ahead and move on, man. We are the number 3 seed. Okay, so we're not the best team this time around, man. Yeah, we're pretty decent. Like 52 wins is still good. But yeah, we got some competition. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here. We got LeBron James leading the way, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Anthony Davis, 18 and 11. Also 2 blocks. He's been doing his thing on the defensive side of the ball. Keontae George, man, 16, 4 and 4. This is probably going to be his team next season, I guess. I don't really know what the future holds for Anthony Davis. I mean, he is signed up for the next 4 seasons, but yeah, he's going to be regressing a lot. Either way, though, I feel pretty good about this. Kyle Kuzma did his thing as well, 11, 5 and 3. Yeah, man, I think we can compete for a championship. It's going to be tough, but we're going to give it a shot here. So we're going up against the Utah Jazz, who we played last year, I think it was, right? Didn't they have James Harden and Paul George, man? And yeah, they had to downgrade. Now they got Kevin Porter Jr., Ochai Agbaji, Lauri Markkanen, Jarris Walker, and Walker Kessler. Okay, so that team isn't as scary, but then again, I mean, we're probably not as good either. So let's go ahead and see if we can win this, man. We win game number 1. It's tied 1-1 now. We're up 2-1. Okay, 3-1. Yes, sir. And there we go. Okay, gentlemen, sweet, man. We're going up against the Houston Rockets now. Were they the number 7 seed? Let me check that out. Yeah, they were. Okay, so they upset Portland. That's really good for us. The Rockets have D'Angelo Russell, man. We chose not to keep him. And we got Fred VanVleet instead. Actually, D'Lo's an 86. Shout out to him. But he also has Jalen Green on his team, Cameron Whitmore, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Sengun. All right, man. It's the D'Lo revenge series. Let's get into it as they win game 1. Yeah, they got a pretty good team, man. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be kind of funny if D'Lo is the one to beat us. But we're gonna try our best to make sure that doesn't happen here. I'm gonna mess around with this a lot. We're going to take away minutes from Andre Drummond. I guess that's fine. Let's go ahead and knock this thing down, man. Like, Austin Reeves, what have you been doing? Bro, hey, he got his bag and then checked out, man. I mean, I kind of respect it. I'm not going to lie. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and bump up some minutes for Keontae George. What's he been doing? Oh yeah, man. Hey, he hasn't gotten paid yet, so he's trying to. That's the difference right there. Let's go ahead and give some more minutes to Kyle Kuzma and Keontae George. I guess a little bit more to AD and LeBron James. I haven't been playing them a whole lot. I think they average like probably 31 minutes per game in the regular season, just because they're getting up there in age. So I figured I might as well save them for the playoffs, and I think that's going to pay off right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can win this thing, man. We're going to go ahead and give this a shot. We're down 2-0 though, and we're down 3-0. I'm just going to go ahead and sim it. Okay, we didn't get swept, so that's nice. Okay, it's 3-2. I guess we're going to go Simcast, man. We got a little bit of hope here, which would be pretty crazy if we come back from down 3-0 and then we get the three-peat. That'd be pretty wild, man. But it's not going to happen. Never mind. Yeah, D'Angelo Russell got his revenge. The Houston Rockets beat us, and our three-peat hopes have come to an end. But it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, this was super successful, man. I mean, 2 championships for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll definitely take that, as we see the Charlotte Hornets winning it all, LaMelo Ball Finals MVP. But anyways, man, this was a fun one to record. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Again, man, I just hit 1,000 subs on this channel, so I'm starting that road to 2K now. If you guys haven't subbed, I would really appreciate it if you could. This has been 2KJ. Blessings.